Hey guys, this is Jeff with eBay Addicts, and today my special guest is the Cap Guy. How you doing today, man?
Oh, I thought I was Jeff Spicoli from Ridgemont High.
How you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell people where you're from.
Yeah, I'm. Well, I've lived everywhere, man. I'm like the song. I grew up in Oklahoma and Texas, mostly Texas around Austin. And I went in the Navy, and then when I came home, I started working in the trucking industry as a driver. Later, I got into management, and I stayed in it for 35 years, the last 20 with overnight transportation. And then in 2005, UPS bought us, and I worked for UPS Freight until 2.5 years ago. I had 20 years. I was in sales at that time, and they offered me an early out and a bunch of other people. And I took that pension check right away at 59 years old and said, I'm out of here. I was doing eBay part-time. The first year I didn't do much of anything. And then after that, about a little over a year and a half ago, I decided to go full-time. And man, I work harder than I did at UPS, 7 days a week.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you have a good time doing it, though. Do you love it so far, being a full-time reseller?
Well, I mean, I love the aspect of making all that money, and I'm making good money. And I love sourcing. It's just all the other stuff that goes with it. But that's part of the game. I mean, if you got to work hard. People that think eBay's easy are mistaken, especially on this level. I have 3,500 plus listings. So, and I probably have a death pile that would double that if I wanted to. I'm working on video game systems today that I bought that I haven't tested. So I can get them out at N64 and PS2s and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm at 4,700 items right now myself, and
Wow.
so my goal is to get to 10,000 items. So definitely, if somebody only has 200-300 items, they don't know what it's like when you start getting 3, 4, 5,000 items in your eBay store. It can get hectic, but it definitely pays off. Tell people how many sales you had. How many sales did you have over the weekend?
I had over 30. I take my packages to the post office every single morning. So I'm one of the first people that get there. I drop them off. I dropped off 26 this morning, but that's the latter part of Saturday. And then I had 15 sales yesterday. So I had other sales. And if you buy from me early in the morning and I haven't left yet, I'll go ahead and get it out because you're competing with other people and Amazon and everyone else in speed. So anybody that doesn't ship daily, shame on you. I think you should for customer service, if nothing else. And I get a lot of good feedback because of the shipping speed that I do. And but then I come back and I'll do some listing and then you got to pull inventory. And man, when you have your kind of listings or mine, you got to make sure you have your stuff together when you're doing inventory, because if you don't, you ain't going to find it at that level.
Yeah, the idea is to have repeat customers. Have you had a lot of repeat customers come back to your eBay store or no?
Yes, I do. And I sell a little bit of everything. I mean, I know probably more about sports jerseys. That's what I started with. So I know more about them than anything. Ball caps, I do a lot. I'm the cap guy, but I don't just sell ball caps, but I probably have 500 on eBay right now. And then of course I've learned about Mary Kay and doll clothes and video games and I don't play video games. I just test them, and if they're worth something, I sell them, and if not, I bundle them. And I mean, it's all about comping everything. People always say, well, I would love to do that, but I wouldn't know what to look for. None of us know everything, so you learn and you get lucky and you find stuff. I bought a bunch of plush here a couple of months ago, 94 pieces for $25 at a yard sale. I've made over $400 off that plush, and I've only sold half of it. So it's all about just looking the stuff up, comping it, knowing if you got a low cost of goods, selling it at good profit, and getting it out quick, and then following up. And I track all my shipments. I do a lot of extra details that a lot of people may not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was watching some of your videos last night, and I saw you sell a lot of remotes and stuff as well. I saw that in one of your videos. You said you had like a remote, paid like $1 for it, and you sold it for $10. You sell a lot of smaller items like that as well, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I have smalls too. I mean, you're going to have video games that are under. You're going to have DVDs. I mean, I just sold a DVD set of The Simpsons. I found 16 seasons at a yard sale for $10. I sold it for $185. So
Really?
you got to look for the things that other people aren't looking for when you're going to the bins or when you're at yard sales. You know, everybody's asking for video games, but they're not looking for the intangibles, the things, the unique things that people would want. And, you know, a little bit of everything. I mean, I always ask for video game stuff. Hey, do you have video games? And a lot of times they'll say no or yeah. But here a couple of months ago, I was at a yard sale and I asked the lady, she was probably in her 40s. I said, "You by chance have any video game stuff?" She goes, "Oh, I got some old stuff." And of course, my eyes lit up. Old stuff. She pulled out a Sega Genesis with 16 Sega games in their cases, and I have them here. And then 2 GameCube games. I said, "Well, how much do you want for it?" She said, $50. Is that too much? I was like, I didn't even haggle. I mean, $50 or 60, you know? And so I got them home, and every one of them they're in their original cases. And, you know, some games are more valuable than others. All the Sonics are here. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I've got some other games, you know, but when you're looking for video games, you know, here's one of the ones that's pretty popular, Dr. Robotnik's. And I don't.
Yeah, that's a Sonic the Hedgehog game there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I've got about 3 of those, 3 different ones. But
yeah,
you never know on games what's going to be. I mean, the anime themed ones, obviously, and Zeldas and Mario's, we know those have value. But I found one here not too long ago called Dokapon on Wii, disc only. And I paid $2 at a yard sale, and I sold it for $149. I mean, you just, it's crazy when you're comping this stuff and you're looking at it and what people don't know what they have, and you buy it. And again, the key is to get it cheap and then flip it. But in this case, I didn't argue with the lady. I mean, $50, that's worth 16 Sega games and a Sega system and 2 GameCubes. I sold the GameCubes right away, but I don't know if I want to sell this stuff because it's hard to find this stuff. Do I want to flip it? I mean, I got $50 invested. Why not just add it to my repertoire of video game systems?
Yeah, you could, but also with Christmas around the corner, the stuff might sell for a higher premium. You might get a higher dollar value for it too. So I would go ahead and list it. You can list it high and then put or best offer. And if someone don't give you what you want, you can still keep it. See, if you don't know right now, guys, since eBay switched over from doing PayPal over to managed payments, they have all these items that are in select categories. So items like DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, VHS tapes, items like that are in select categories. You get free listings. So at the end of the 30 days, if your item doesn't sell, it'll auto relist and you pay 0 insertion fees. Right. So that's why I was thinking, I was like, you know what? If you have video games, you could go ahead and list them high. And if people don't give you the money you want for them, you don't have any risk because you're paying 0 insertion fee at the end of the 30 days if it relists.
Well, and also, I have a premium store. So yeah, I get a lot of listings. But I have a lot of gaming systems, and again, I don't play them. I have a GameCube and a PS3 and all that, so I have to be able to test them. You know, when you buy them, so you don't get them returned on you. And yeah, and by the way, I just got my hands on the Xbox X, the 1 TB. You know how everybody's trying to get into the systems, and I've been trying to get a PS5 on Walmart's site and other sites, Best Buy, and I get all these alerts. And every time I get in, I can't get one. But the other day I got lucky and I got the Xbox. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I really wanted the PS5. So if anyone wants to trade a PS5 for an Xbox, let me know.
Yeah, it's hard to come by. I don't know if you've been out there, but I was out there at Best Buy at Black Friday at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was filming live on my YouTube channel. But the problem was I looked online on this website and I was looking for a certain video game because they have video games that sell $60 brand new, and they were selling them on Black Friday for $10-15 new in the shrink wrap, right? So I get up there and I get to the counter and I'm trying to talk to the lady that works there, and on the screen it says we have one in stock, but it's not on the shelf. And everyone's there doing a mad dash on Black Friday trying to find items, and my app is telling me there's one in the store, but I don't see it on the shelf. So I'm asking the lady, I'm like, hey, can you tell me where this item is? And she's like, oh yeah, we have one in the back room. And so I'll show you guys. If you get, I don't think they're still doing the Black Friday now, but if you guys get a chance, this item right here, this was selling for $15 at Best Buy, and I picked it up for $15. And this one, This is Dragon Ball Z Fighters. This was on sale on Black Friday. I think I paid $12 for it. It's brand new in the shrink wrap. And these PS4 games usually will go for $60 or better new in the shrink wrap like this. But, I mean, if you go there and you're like, there's only one in stock, and they're brand new in the shrink wrap, and it's like people are in there as a mad dash, and I'm trying to ask the lady, I'm like, do you guys have this in stock? And she's like, well, let me go in the back room and look. So she walks in the back room and comes out with it. But I'm telling you, man, there was a line around the building. They had 3 police cars in front of the place. So I was like, you know what? I was doing a live video, and I just deleted it because I was like, it's getting, because I was at the Best Buy. I ended up going to a Best Buy, a Target, and a Walmart. So I don't know if you got a chance to go out to any of those places.
Yeah, I actually went to Best Buy, and I was looking for video games for my grandson. But the first Dragon Ball Z that you held up on PS4, I got that one at Target the other day for $14.99.
Yeah,
I
haven't
listed it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one right here. They sold it on Black Friday for $15, and so there are some good deals there. I don't know if I can find it. I have one right here. I was gonna show you guys if I can find it real quick. It was this one. This was on sale. I think it was $20 or $25 at Target. This one here. So anyways, if you guys go out and hustle a little bit, there were deals out there to be had on Black Friday. You just got to be at the right place at the right time. Because sometimes I went to one store and they said, hey, we're sold out. There's another one 10 minutes down the road if you want to go by and go grab it. So, yeah, guys, if you hustle out there on Black Friday, there are deals out there that you could grab to make some money on. But also I was shopping for Christmas presents, too. So it's kind of like a double whammy there. So I had recently saw your YouTube channel. I didn't even know you had a channel until recently. You want to talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and how that's been going?
Well, I've been doing it for 9 months, and of course, there's a lot of frustration there. I'm not the best editor or videographer. If you go to the beginning of my videos and go to now, it's gotten a lot better. And of course, I also have a little sidekick that I use in my videos named JT, trying to be different than everybody else. And we pick on each other and tell jokes. And go
ahead. I'll put you on full screen so you can hold the puppet up and show the people.
Oh, okay. And right now he's got his if you remember the show Good Times, most of you won't be old enough probably to remember that, but Dynamite. So anyway, I do an intro with him every day. We tell jokes, corny jokes. We try to keep it kid friendly, and we pick on each other, and we talk about the alien back there. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be alien cowboys. And but anyway, the channel's growing, but it's slow. I thought I'd be a lot further along than I am. I have, I think, 430 subscribers before I went on the air, and I'm trying to get to that 1,000. Everybody tries to get to 1,000. Not that you're going to make anything at 1,000, $6 a month or something, but I just want to teach people, and everything I do in my video is transparent. I tell you what I bought, where I got it, what I paid for it, what I sold it for, and my profit after shipping and fees and everything every day on my video. And I just kind of go through it, and I teach you, some of the things you can look for. And I've got a few other people that have started it because of it. Now they're not doing it to the level I am, but it's a lot of work. I mean, people that think, like I said, it's easy. It's not, especially when you have 35 or in your case, almost 5,000 listings. You got to stay on top of it, and you got to keep listing and refreshing them algorithms in eBay. And that's the only platform I pretty much sell on. I will do a little bit on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't do Depop or Mercari or any of those.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is just restocking the shelves. Like you said, you had 26 items that sold, so you have to continuously be restocking your shelves and relisting items in order to get your store levels back to where it is, because you don't want to go backwards after you put all that work in, right?
I probably have 3,000 items in my death pile.
Oh, all right. I'm here. I just wanted to give a shout out to some of the guys in the chat. We got Bearded Veteran here. We got American Made. We got Kentucky Fan 42. We got Thrifters is here today.
That's my buddy in Australia.
Yeah. I think he says I remember when you were fighting to stay above 300. It's been going well. I think he was talking about 300 subscribers.
Yeah, he's right.
So if you just keep working at it, you'll get there. It just takes time. I see where I have you on the show. I'll let people know about your channel, and they can come by and check you out. So Give me some of your ideas. Give me some of your sourcing techniques when you're outsourcing to get merchandise. Do you like to go to yard sales, flea markets, estate sales, pawn shops? Do you like doing what's the word? You do retail arbitrage. I know you go to the Goodwill bins, right? So
Yeah,
I'll
I
put
do
you
a
on
lot
full
of good.
screen. You
Well,
talk
I
a little
haven't
bit
been to
about
the
that.
bins in a long time because during the yard sale season, I pretty much do that. I hit them on Thursday and Friday. Being retired, I get to do that, and those are the best days to get out. And then, of course, I do estate sales. I do the bins and I haven't been in a while, but that's where I found some really good stuff. I do a little bit of marketplace, but a lot of times the people at marketplace know what they have. Um, I don't do pawn shops, but I go to highway sales and town sales. I get out rural, a lot like a drifter thrifter does. You find better stuff in the little towns. A lot of times I went to a sale back in July, a little town called Corn, Oklahoma. There's not even 500 people in Corn, Oklahoma. And I live in Yukon, which is Garth Brooks' hometown, about 20,000 people. But anyway, we went out there and there must have been 30 yard sales. And some of the vintage stuff that I found, not only ball caps, but vintage Barbie doll houses, things these people had, and it's a farming community, but 30 sales in a town of 500 people. I mean, there was just such good stuff because in the city, you're competing and running with a lot of other people that are doing this. And you got to hit the other towns, the rural towns, and leave maybe at 4 a.m. to get out there if it's a couple-hour drive away, and look for that vintage stuff, the unique stuff that hood ornaments that were in a barn and things like that.
All right, awesome. So you get to go out to do a lot of yard sales. Can you talk a little bit about the Goodwill bins in case someone hasn't been there? Can you talk a little bit about, because it's not like no regular Goodwill. So can you talk a little bit about how it's set up and how I call it the weigh-in pay, because they go in there, you push the shopping cart in there, and I think they weigh you when you come in, and then they weigh you when you go out, right?
Well, mine's different. A lot of the bins that I see on other YouTube channels, I don't think they're as good as what we have. Ours are by the pound. It's 69 cents a pound for hard goods. It's 60 or 59 and 79 for hardbacks and softback books. And there's a lot of Amazon resellers that go in there and get cart full of books. And then shoes are like $2.29 and $2.79, kids or adults. And then they have a bunch of bigger items, the blankets, and the clothing's $1.59 a pound until you get to 25 pounds, which doesn't take a lot if you're picking up jeans and stuff. And then it drops to 99 cents a pound. But the way it's set up is it's all separated. All the shoes are together in bins. All the clothing is together, and that's the majority. Some bigger hard goods. All the books are separated. And then they have a tote system on a rollers that are about chest high. And they roll those out every 2 hours. They recycle them. And people line up because there's not only just eBay resellers, there's people that do flea markets and other things that are there. And when they let us go, people run for those bins because you're going to find DVDs, CDs, purses, board games, cough syrup. You'll find everything you could think of, video games, Hot Wheels. I mean, I found a Power Ranger in there one time. I didn't even know what it was. Anything makes noise, I want it. And I grabbed it, and I didn't know what it was because I'm older than most people that watch Power Rangers did. And I get home and I start doing the research, and it's a Power Ranger flip phone. I sold it for like $40 off of a dime. So by the pound is the way to go, especially in DVDs and CDs. You can pull a lot of out there at 69 cents a pound. You could probably get 6 or 7, 8 DVDs or CDs for a pound for 69 cents. And what ones I don't keep, I have 1,500 in my own collection. Then you flip. But I've stopped picking those up because I just had so many of those. But I definitely look for the video games and the hard goods and the vintage toys, stuff like that. Pots and pans, you're going to find that stuff there.
Yeah, so at your Goodwill bins, they have a lot of new stuff there too, don't they? Like maybe a retailer donated some stuff there or something?
Not like you see on some of the other channels where they go in and pay like $5 an item, whatever, like Tesla or Harry Tornado do. Ours, when you see it, it's going to be stuff that maybe Dollar General donated. I mean, I saw some Hello Kitty bracelets the other day that Dollar General would sell for maybe $2, and I sold them for like $18 for 2 packs of them. I probably didn't even pay 10 cents for them. But it's all about having diversity in your store, selling a lot of different products, because that's going to generate sales, because not everybody's looking for video games. Not everybody's looking for ball caps. And a lot of people think because of my channel, it says the cap guy, that's all I do. It's not by far, but I do know my way around the ball cap industry. The Three Stripes and the K Products and the Louisville Manufacturing. Those are the best hats to pick up. But, you know, Ralph Lauren polos, I found so many Ralph Lauren polo hats with leather straps down there. And you're talking 18 cents a ball cap. I mean, how can you go wrong? Even if you sell it for $10, you're making some good money. And when I tell what I sell, when people see,
it's funny.
It's 18 cents. Boom, it's gone.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I get a lot of items really cheap for.
Yeah, I just lost you.
Hold on. I think we lost connection. There he is. I was saying I was looking at buying some items in bulk on eBay, and what I've been doing lately, since a lot of the places have been shut down because of the virus and stuff, they only allow 5 people in the store at a time. You got to wait in line to go in the store. Then they only allow so many people in there at a time, and then you have to wait in line to check out, find a parking spot, and then there's not even guaranteed you find anything. So I've been buying items in bulk, having it shipped to my house. Right now I'm looking at a big bulk deal. I think it's like 500 CDs that are brand new in the shrink wrap for like $200. So your buy cost is 40 cents a piece. So, I mean, but if you have 500 CDs, they're all brand new in the shrink wrap. Let's say you sell them for $10 a piece times 500. You're turning $200 into $5,000 worth of merchandise, and it's shipped right to your door. So you're not driving around the city getting 2, 3, 4, 5 items at a thrift store and then running home and doing again the next day. You can get a bunch of items sent to in bulk. But you said you already have a big death pile at your house. But I list like items like DVDs and CDs and Blu-rays and video games that have barcodes, because all I got to do is scan the barcode and boom, hit sell similar. Sometimes take a picture front and back. If it's brand new, you can use a stock photo and it goes back quick, and you pay 0 insertion fees. So like you said, when you're getting an item for 18 cents, there's no way you can lose money on that. I mean, you know, if you got an item for 18 cents and you sell it for $20 or $10 even, you're making it all adds up. All the sales add up. Hey, I wanted to say hi to Dragon for coming by to hang out with us today. Thanks for coming by. We got some questions in the chat. Looks like you're a popular guy. We got Drifter Thrifter here. He says, do you test all the makeup and skincare products personally? Have you been looking younger since you stocked Mary Kay? Can't be a coincidence.
I get teased because I found vintage doll clothes and I found a bunch of Mary Kay at 3 different yard sales this summer. And let me tell you, you can laugh all you want, but Mary Kay makeup, especially moisturizers and foundations, I pay. Hello.
You're there. Yeah, you froze for a second. Go ahead.
I paid $145 for 3 bundle deals of makeup, Mary Kay, and I've made over $800 off that $145 buy, and I still have probably a third of it left. And then the same with vintage doll clothes or GI Joe clothes and accessories. You know, kids lose the dolls aren't that valuable. It's the clothes and the accessories, the guns for GI Joe, the clothes for the Barbies and the Penny Bright dolls and things, because that's what kids lose, as you know, when they're playing with them. So when you find those people that are collecting that stuff, that's what they want. It's hard to get a hold of. And I found some Penny Bright dolls in a Goodwill for $202, a whole case of them, and I made like $150 off that. So, and then just piecing it out. But the ways they make fun of me is because here I am, 61 years old, putting outfits. Does these shoes go with that outfit? And I was selling individual outfits, but I was selling for like $15 to $25 a piece. And I'm like, y'all can laugh, but I'm going to the bank with the money. So you got to comp things, and you got to know kind of what you're looking for.
Right. So yeah, I'd actually heard that they actually sell little outfits and accessories and little guns, and I've seen people that sell like those little WWE action figures, and then they'll sell like the little championship belts individually. Like I've actually seen people do that. So
I just sold a wrestling shirt yesterday for $98 that I paid $333 at Goodwill for, and it was a Scott Steiner from 2002.
Yeah. I think you said on your channel recently that a lot of people on eBay buy their memories. Didn't you say that recently?
That's correct. That's exactly right. eBay is your memories. We're all I'm a 70s teenager, so I want the stuff that I remember. Of course, we didn't have video games and cell phones and all that stuff when I was growing up, but all the little soldiers. We used to get soldiers in the Amazon guys deliver. The little bitty miniatures out of comic books, and you could order them, Revolutionary, Civil War, and what you did was I played with them, and now you can't find those things. Now I do have a collection of them, and I don't play with them anymore, but you want your memories, the things that, you know. I bought some stuff from Lonnie. Lonnie, if you know Shed Flips, Garage Flips, he just bought a storage unit of some vintage stuff. He had some Rugrat watches that were brand new, and they had Mott's, which is an applesauce company, is the maker, but they had them, and they're brand new in the box. He had them for $11.99, and there were 2 of them. So I grabbed them. I mean, my kids used to watch Rugrats. That's a great Christmas present of something you're just not going to find, and it was cheap. Now, if I decide to hold on to them and flip them, I can do that as well, but it's all about memories and finding those things that people want to relive as you get older, their past, because music, everything else is a memory. And it always tells you, music to me is who I was with, what I was doing when I was in the Navy, running the world, Funky Town or Doobie Brothers and Tom Petty, all the things that I listen to. When I hear a certain song, I think of where I was. I was in Australia. Oh, wow. I remember that when that came out. When Pink Floyd's The Wall came out, I was in Barcelona, Spain, and I didn't know the song because we'd been at sea. And we come in like, who is that? It was Pink Floyd The Wall. Now, every time I think of it, I think of that club in Barcelona. So it's all about memories.
Awesome. I want to give a shout out to BK from the Rockies is here hanging out with us today. We got Dragon here. I think he asked a question. He says, how long have you been, I think he means selling online. How long have you been selling on eBay?
Part-time since 2004 when I was still in sales with UPS Freight, and full-time for about 1.5 years after I retired from UPS Freight. And
wow, so you have what, 3,600 items already in 1.5 years? That's pretty good, right?
Well, like I said, I could do more if I listed more. I try to do about 100 a week, but I've got probably 600 video games. I'll show you right here.
Oh wow, that looks like my room.
Yeah, and those aren't listed.
Honestly, yeah, that looks like my room. I've got stacks of DVDs and video games. You know, we were talking earlier about selling those Simpson DVDs. People don't know you can buy those complete seasons of like Simpsons or a TV show. Even if they're not new, you can get them used. I bought some at a pawn shop for like $1, and it sold on eBay for like $29, and only paid $1 for it. So if you look like Dragon Ball Z, The Simpsons, you can find some of those TV shows that are like box sets. I would try to get them new, but if you can't get them new, grab them and scan the barcodes and look them up. Those DVDs do sell. We Drifter says you could have made more money if you didn't stash half the moisturizers for yourself.
You know what? I'm gonna get even with that boy. He's got his own channel in Australia, and I'm gonna get him. He sells a lot on Depop, although now he's back on eBay and selling. But and I bought a bunch of stuff from him, and just to jab you there, Mr. Thrifters, he sold me some stuff, and I got it over here. And I've got an Astro Boy T-shirt that's worth over $100 online. I sold a jersey for $100, and I got a wrestling shirt, Stone Cold from the '90s, single stitch, and I sold that one for $90. So I'm like, yeah, keep on sending me that good stuff there, Nate.
Yeah, it's amazing that some of those old retro shirts or vintage shirts will sell for that much. Bearded Veteran, he says he wants to know what your Tate is in the Navy. I don't know what that means. Is it your job?
He means my rate. I was a radioman second class. I was on the USS Wainwright in Charleston, South Carolina. And then I spent 2 years on the USS Constellation in Coronado, California. And yes, I'm a shellback.
Oh, okay.
That means I crossed the equator.
Oh, really? All right.
I'll give you a little view of the wall over here, the wall of shame, I guess it would be.
The wall of shame, man. I'm telling you, you got a lot of stuff at your house there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My kids think I'm a hoarder, but
I'm telling you.
But yeah, I served 4 years under Carter and Reagan from 78 to 82.
Okay, we got a question here from American Made. He wants to know, where do you source hats? So when you're outsourcing, where do you find good deals on hats? Do you pay like $1 for them at the Goodwill, or at the yard sale, or what?
At the bins, you're going to get them for about 18 cents a piece, and you're going to find some pretty good K Products hats. And like I said earlier, Ralph Lauren with the leather straps. And the Nike running hats, the dry fit running hats, those are worth about $20 to $25 a piece, even used. Yard sales, you're going to pay usually a quarter to a couple of dollars. And then Goodwills, you're going to pay about $2.32 where I live in Oklahoma for a ball cap. But you can find some really good caps. But typically, I would say the best place is get out in the country when it's yard sale season, or they're having a citywide sale in the smaller towns, and you'll get the people that are farmers is where you're going to find the really vintage ball caps, the ones with the 3 stripes on the side. You're looking for the K products in the snapback part of the cap, and you're looking for I don't have one here handy, but or you're looking for Louisville manufacturing and things like, of course, John Deere, Kodiak tobacco. Some of those go for $300. Ford, Goodyear, Caterpillar, all those kind of ball caps that they're vintage. But a lot of the agricultural ones, implements and farm type stuff, are going to be Case. Those are all going to be, which is International Harvester. Those are all going to be valuable, especially if they're K products or they're Louisville manufacturing as a manufacturer, Red Man tobacco. But also, if they got the 3 stripes on the side, I think Commonwealth has an Alabama, the band hat right now for about $69. And I've been tempted to buy it because that's a pretty hard one to find. But any of those 3 stripe hats that are mesh trucker hats, as they call them, are the ones you want to be looking for.
Okay, we got a question in the chat that says, as winter approaches, will you be sourcing inventory at yard sales since it's cold outside? Oh, you have a big death pile of merchandise you said at your house, though, right?
I do, but here's my problem. I keep sourcing even though I have a death pile. So
I'm the same way.
24/7, 365 days a year. This morning it was 16, and I went to the post office in shorts. Now I had a coat on, but I when I retired, I was in management, and I don't like wearing pants anymore. I like wearing shorts. So I'm out yard selling in January if there's a yard sale. When Kevin did that little thing on it, you're an eBay seller when? I said, when I'm at yard sales in January, that's when you know you're an eBay reseller. Whenever there's a yard sale or a estate sale or the bins, if it gets slow, I'll go to the bins. There's always stuff there.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good strategy. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like wearing shorts as well, but I'm in Florida. We got a question here. Drifter Thrifter, he says, how did JT become a part of your show? I think he's talking about your puppet.
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. He's one of the first people that got with me. I was doing different things, and I was trying to be different because everybody shows what they buy and sell. Not everybody tells you all the profits, but I'm not picking against a lot of people that live here. I do have some that I know that watch my channel that live here, but I kept introducing different things, and finally I found him at Goodwill, and I bought him. My grandson absconded him pretty quickly. And then one day we were watching Jeffy on YouTube. This guy's got 1 million subscribers, and he's funny, but he's kind of warped sense of humor like me. And I thought, you know what? I want that puppet back. So I talked my grandson into give it back to me. And so I started using JT, and we came up with a little stick. And we don't plan a lot of the stuff. We just go from the hip. He says a joke, and I comment, or he'll sing a song. I don't care if it's Justin Bieber or Johnny Cash. We just come up with stuff off the top of our head, and sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. But we're trying to be different, make it a funny intro, and then go into our what we bought, what we sourced, what we sold, how much we made. And hopefully, as I get better with editing and stuff, it'll get better and better. And we have fun with it. And now he's part of my show to the point that I wouldn't do the show without him. We're like Wilson with the volleyball in Castaway. He talks to Wilson, and I talk to JT. And now we got the alien back there.
I see him. You want to hold the puppet up so people can see what he looks like?
Yeah. Hey, watch the Cap Guy show. No spaces in the Cap Guy, and you'll see him every day. Unfortunately.
Okay.
But
there he is. There's the star of the show.
Hey,
yeah.
Dynamite. Got me a new shirt. Cap Guy got it at Target, that French store. Oh, wait a minute. He got it at the thrift store, didn't you, Cap Guy? Yeah, I got it at the thrift store. It wasn't no French store. There you go. Hey, y'all.
All right.
Thumbs up. Check out the Cap Guy show. Hey,
yeah.
Thrifters and eBay addicts while you're at it.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. Yeah, I got your Instagram and YouTube is linked in the description today. So if you guys want to go by and check them out, I think Lonnie from Garage Flips, he was on your live stream the other day, wasn't he? He just stopped in the chat.
Yeah, my last 3 live streams, I didn't plan them. I just decided to go live. I need hours. I'm not even at 3,000 hours yet. Of course, I'm only not even halfway to 1,000 subscribers either. But anyway, yeah, I'm on there and we're just chatting along. There's about maybe 12, 13 people in there. And all of a sudden, I see him pop in and we started chatting. And it was kind of nice because he's one of the first people I started watching. The guys that I watch primarily are, besides Drifter and a guy named Man Mountain Link in Tennessee, he does selling, but he's also does other stuff, including send me moonshine from Tennessee, which is kind of funny. And you'll have to go back and watch Man Mountain Link's video from a few days or 3 or 4 videos back and see how he got it. A train derailed back in the 50s, and it fed and it was hauling moonshine, and it went into the aquifer. And in that aquifer, they got it. Now they have a fountain that just runs the water like a water fountain. And he goes over there with these skull jars and he scoops. And he sent it to me, and I thought, well, it's just going to be watered down moonshine. Boy, was I wrong. Man, was that stuff strong. But anyway, I would say John Cincinnati Picker, Kevin Commonwealth Picker, Tesla Picker some, Harry Tornado a little bit. But I would say Lonnie, I watch him pretty much all the time. And, of course, he's got some new source stuff that he has. And it's interesting to see when they find the vintage stuff and that kind of stuff, or do the yard sales and stuff. So those are primarily the guys I would say I follow religiously. Drifters in Australia, but he's just now getting into yard sale season because they're the opposite season of us. They're going into summer where we're in winter.
Yeah, I know. I've got Mel coming on the show on Wednesday from Burnout, and she lives all the way in Australia. And the time zone is completely opposite. Like, we're like 8-hour time zone different, and it's like wintertime for us, it's summer for them. So I wanted to say hi to the early bird here in the chat for hanging out. Thrifter, he says, all the caps you have sold, but I heard a guy in Australia made 150 on one. Can you top that? That's what he said.
Yeah, I haven't yet. That's the guy that's posted that because he found one, and I bet he hadn't sold that Goodyear one or that Ford one that he bought. He found a Ford New Holland one that was pretty good. I don't think he sold that yet. But yeah, I think the most I've ever sold a hat for was about $75 so far.
Awesome. We got early bird says he found a 3-stripe LSU mesh hat. And Dragon says, what kind of inventory programs do you use to manage your inventory sales, and what kind of stuff is for your business? And I wanted to say hi to Stephanie here. Go ahead.
As far as my inventory, I keep like a lot of people, like John at Cincinnati Picker, I keep it in my phone or on my, it's in the custom SKU on your eBay. When you load it, you put where you put it. And then in my eBay inventory room, I have, and today's video? I think it was yesterday's video. I show my inventory room so you can see it. And then I have some stuff in the garage as well. But you want to keep it in, I keep like items like all the jeans together and all the t-shirts. They're all bagged and skewed. So when I sell one, I look at my eBay app and I see C1. So I go to C1 and I pull it. Now, as far as big hard goods, I've got board games and stuff. They're stacked up. And OBS Picker. And as far as my money, I have an Excel spreadsheet that calculates, and I have tabs. Some of them are for specific sales when I bundle, because I do a lot of bundle deals. And then others are just like, letter R. I sold Rock Revival jeans. They're in the R's, and I go there and I put in the information, the date, when I sold it, and all that stuff.
Okay, awesome. I wanted to say hi to OBX Picker for coming by, hanging out with us. I think he's going to be on the show later this week on Thursday. So you guys want to come by and hang out with OBX Picker? He'll be here on the show this week. I got a question for you. So you're a full-time reseller now, and so can you give us your top 3 or 4 tips that would help somebody out if they wanted to be a full-time reseller, or someone's part-time and want to go full-time? You have like maybe top 3 or 4 tips that would help somebody out.
I would. Well, first of all. Well, the people that hadn't been in the room that long, I'm retired from UPS, so I draw a pension from UPS, and so I don't have to do this at all. I do it because when I want to go to Maui or when I want to give good Christmas presents, on my pension, I could live on it and it pays the bills and I have a little extra. But to do good things and do what I want to do, I do this, and I work harder at it than I did even at UPS in sales. But I would say if you're going to do it, first of all, don't have a lot of debt. And that's just in life, period. Get out of debt before you retire so you can do whatever you want to do. And this is coming from a person that's done that, except for my mortgage. That's the only thing I have. Have cars that aren't on payments, pay cash and buy cars when you can. And I know not everybody working can do that, but you want to try to stay out of debt, keep your credit cards low, and then you want to source low cost of goods items that are going to sell and make you good money. I don't like to sell stuff and make $5 or $10. I really want to make more than that per item because there's so much. And I know that that's not always possible. I do sell stuff where I make $3 or $8 or whatever, but you got to have the smalls and the bigs. But I look typically for the stuff that has more value. So when I'm finding a video game and I can get a bundle of 16 games and a Genesis for $50, I know that game right there is going to get me back half my money. So
yeah,
you got to sell 2 or 3, and then everything else is profit. With the Mary Kay makeup, it didn't take long to get into the profit, and 145 is now 800 profit. So you gotta list all the time because that algorithm cares about that in eBay, and you got to ship fast. That's something that I preach. Customer service is number one, and answer questions. Although a lot of people don't buy when they answer questions, but to be full time. If you start out in your own house or your family or friends, get their stuff, work out a deal. I have a brother that sends me stuff from time to time and he gets his cost of goods back. And we split 50% of the profit because I take the tax burden. But you definitely want to push while you're working the most you can and the more money you make. I mean, Harry Tornado is one of those examples of somebody that's doing it full time now. Lonnie does it full time. John does it full time. Some of them have been doing it for years because they know what they're doing. But for new people that don't know what they're doing, you just got to comp everything. You got to pick up unique items, and you don't just pick things that you like, although sometimes I do. You got to think of what other people will like, and remember that it's all about memories. And people want to buy their memories. So when you find the vintage Rugrats or the single stitch, Kiss t-shirt, those are things people want from the past that lived during that time. And they're going to pay for that because if it's rare, they got to get it. But you definitely want to watch your debt. You want to list, as somebody says on the channel, and take care of your customers, ship fast. And I think a lot of it will come and you'll get more and more profits. When I was doing it part-time, I was lucky to make $1,000 a month. Now I typically do, right now showing over 7,000, but that thing fluctuates. I typically do between 8,000 and 9,000 a month in sales. And I clear about 5,000 to 6,000 a month in profit. So that's not, I'll probably do 85,000 this year and I ship about 300 items a month. So you got to get the items up and get a variance of items. So you're not just selling one item. And when it goes cold, that item's gone and it's not it's not being bought. You got to have a diversity, video games, ball caps, Miss Me jeans or whatever's, doll clothes, makeup. You got to get a variance of items in your store that are going to pop for you.
Right. Well, you guys heard him. He said he's doing around $8,000 to $9,000 a month in sales. That's all year round, right? Not just during the Christmas season, right? That's right. Probably year round.
We have. My target is to make 150 profit a day, and for a long time I was pretty much hitting that. And then about right before Thanksgiving, I think everybody saw a slowdown, and so did I. I was making $68 profit and $90 profit. And I was like, man, I mean, it's still, my saying is sales are sales, profit is profit. But yesterday, and if you watched my video earlier today, I had 15 sales with $36.61 in cost of goods, $378.69 in sales, and $270.99 in profit. Now that's a good day, but I think part of that's the Christmas rush and some of the things that I had in there. But you just got to comp everything, and that's how you kind of know. But you got to have a goal. How much do you want to make a day? And then list double that in revenue potential, and maybe you can hit that number. But it takes a while to build your store. And like I said, I could probably double the store and be up there with somebody like Gemini Thrifts, who has over 7,000 items. But it's just a lot of work. And I'm not a young person anymore. I'm 61. So it isn't as easy when you're older to work 7 days a week and get up at 6 and go to bed at 11:30 at night. Not that I do this all day long, but a good portion of my day is tied to it, because if you're not working, you're not gonna be successful at it to that level.
Well, yeah, but basically you started from zero like everybody else, and in the past year and a half since you've been full time, you're almost getting to the point where you're making close to $10,000 a month in sales. So I want people to understand that even if you don't have a lot of money, even if you don't have a lot of knowledge, you can start from nothing and then work your way up. And before you know it, because you have 3,600 items in your store. So it's not like you only have 400 or 500 items. It take a while to build it up, but you can start from nothing, start where you're at with the knowledge you have, and then go from there, because you've done it in the past year and a half since you switched over to full time. And also I wanted to say one thing that you talked about having rare items. I've noticed that sometimes you can list items on eBay and you're the only person on eBay that has it. So you can kind of ask a premium because you're the only person that has it on eBay. So if they want to buy it, they got to buy it from you, right?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
And that's a big thing. And that's when you want to run an auction, so you know that the value is it's going to go up. Well, I always do buy it nows. I'd say 90% of my store, or 95% is buy it now. But I run auctions on stuff that either has a lot of value or that I don't know the value, and I want to see what the value is. I've got a bunch of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards I picked up last week for $10 a 10, and they're all from the 90s and early 2000s. I know nothing about Pokemon. So I ran some auctions on just a few, and I sold one and got my money back on the one. But I'm just listing them at $49 on an auction, and I'm going to just see how they go. And they're gently used or nothing that are mint. But there could be some rare diamonds in there, and I don't know. But I just don't have the time to go through 500 cards and look for them. I just have too much other stuff that I'm dealing with that's going to get me more profit without doing that much research. And I'm working on video game consoles right now where I get them, for $5 at a yard sale, and I don't know if they work. And I got lucky on this one; it works. But that's probably a $65 system. So,
yeah. So just tell people where they can find you at on YouTube and Instagram.
On Instagram, I'm the Cat Guy, and it's all one word, _Oklahoma. And on YouTube, it's the Cat Guy, and it's all one word, no spaces. And the video that always pops up for some reason is Under the Weather Cat Guy. I don't know why. It's one of the first videos I did. But go back and find my icon and then just start watching my videos. And again, it's all about being transparent and letting y'all know what I do and how I do it. And I'm like anybody else. I don't know everything about everything. I comp everything and see what it's worth until I know the value of it. And then if it's cheap, you buy it. And I bought a dang Kermit the Frog the other day, beanie bag. Jim Henson's 1979. I comped it. It was about $20. He wanted for it at the estate sale. I grabbed it. I get it home, and I didn't realize on the tag that this Kermit has a little number, a 3-digit number, 950-854. Well, the one I had, when I figured it out, he was worth over 100. So I put him on eBay, and I saw a watcher at $105. I sent an offer in within a minute, $99. It was gone. And so there you go. That's a home run. And send the offers, run sales, and tweak your prices all the time. And I think you'll be successful.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just put my whole eBay store on 10% off sale from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and I've had a ton of sales. I showed you in the post office. Yeah. You saw how many packages I shipped out today. It was a bunch.
Yeah, why aren't you shipping on a platform like eBay and getting those discounts?
I've been having problems. I don't know if it's because it's Thanksgiving, but I've been having problems the past couple of weeks. I'll ship out a package, and then the customer says that they didn't get it, or there's a problem with the tracking number. Like it'll say that they've received it, and then it's not showing that is the different distribution centers where it's being shipped off to. So I don't know if they didn't scan it in or whatever. So I just went directly here to the post office to make sure we didn't have any issues.
Well, but anyways, I ship every single morning, including Saturdays. And a lot of times if you'll ship on Saturday, your shipment will be, it could be, and I'm in Oklahoma, it could be in Pennsylvania on Monday. So because you remember, and even in the trucking industry, I was in the bigger trucks at UPS, but they move over weekends. Even though they don't count the transit days, they still move. And I take mine to the post office, and even though I've already got the pre-printed label, I stand there until they scan it. I don't need a receipt, but once they scan it, I know I'm protected. I know it made it to that post office. And so I stand there and get a scan, and they're pretty used to me by now. But it doesn't take but a few more minutes. I know some people say they stand in long lines, but when you're dropping off, you can go just right up to the drop-off window. And if there's somebody there, which at my post office, I'm lucky enough to have somebody there, they scan them all in. And today it was 26 packages. I was in there 5 minutes, and I was out of there. But I know I'm protected by that because that scans in. And then once it shows delivered, I'm off the hook. But yeah,
all right.
That's what
awesome. We've been streaming for almost an hour. So give me your final thoughts.
Just work at it, list, run sales, send offers, comp everything till you learn, and then watch YouTubers. I mean, all the YouTubers that are doing it that make good money at it, and everybody's learning. We don't all know everything, but check out the channel. Like I said, I'll show you everything I buy, everything I listed, everything I sold, and how much I made off of it every single day. And check out the channel, and if you like it, hit that like button and subscribe, and check out my buddy Drifter Thrifters. He's in the channel messing with me. And y'all have a great day. Thanks, eBay Addicts, for having me on.
Hey, I appreciate you. Yeah, I got his Instagram and YouTube is linked in the description of the video, and I'm going to link his channel down below in the comments. So you can go by and check out the Cap Guy. He'll show you kind of behind the scenes of how he makes money on eBay. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
You bet. And I do answer all my comments when you send them to me in my channel.